Hello, everyone, and welcome to this little edition of my little vlog that still doesn't have any name. So, welcome. And today I'm going to talk about fear because that's something that we hear a lot these days. Fear of this, fear of that, fear of the future, fear. No, people have so much fear of the others, for fear of the future, fear of that, fear of change. But the thing is, why do we fear so much, right? Because, well, first of all, what is fear? Fear is defined as an emotion induced by perceived danger or threat. That's it. That's all. Okay. And we are born with there's two innate fear that we're born with, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. That's it. All the other ones is mere fear that we made up ourselves. So again, why do we fear so much? Well, we fear uh, because of all the things that we're saying to ourselves, right? Oh, this person is different, so it must be dangerous, or I don't know what the future will bring, so I must fear it. What if it's bad? The fear that is the most popular. I don't know if there's a popular contest, but the fear that is most common, that's the word I was looking for, is fear of darkness, fear of heights, fear of flying, fear of snakes and spiders and little creatures like that, fear of death or dying, fear of public speaking. One of the fears I see most here is fear of vomiting. Yeah, there's such a thing. It's one of the fear I see the most. Um, but the thing is, when we realize that the only thing to fear is fear itself, in a sense, because all this fear is made up from our thoughts, for all the things that we tell ourselves, right? And the thing is, it feels real because we have all this fearful thinking, and then we get the feeling of this fearful thinking, right? The special effect of our consciousness makes it feel so real because we get all this sensation. But if it were not for our thinking, we will not feel it. If it were not for our thinking, we will not feel it. We think, we feel. That's it. And most of the time, we're not aware of our thoughts, right? We have what, 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And on that, 90% of them are unconscious. They're all subconscious. So we're not aware of our thoughts. We are aware of the feeling of it, but we are not aware necessarily of our thoughts. But then you feel the fear and you think it's the present danger out of something, not realizing it's just a thought. And then we do everything not to feel it, everything in our power to not feel it, really. And we go to great strength to avoid whatever triggers could be a trigger. But there's nothing, we don't live in the clear and present danger uh, right now. People that have actually did have an experience of dangers, a threat to their life, reports that they were very calm. After a while, now, yes, there might be fear, and then there's kind of a calm. And this calm, this wisdom came through them, and they knew what to do. They knew what to do. And there was apparently a calmness. There was never in a situation like that. But apparently there's a calmness that comes to that. Why? Because we are whole. We are complete. We are enough. Michael Neal, one of my teachers, said that we're not afraid of what we think we're afraid of. We're afraid of what we think. All the conversation we have in our head. And like I said, it makes it feel so real that we think it's real. But fear is unnecessary, like anxiety isn't not necessary. It takes away our joy, it takes away, also stops us for living fully, right? If you're somebody that you're attracted to and you're afraid of talking to that person, oh, what if, no, I get rejected? Well, it takes away your joy. If you're afraid of public speaking because you're afraid of what people will think of you, well, that's all your mental imagination. You don't know what people will think about you. In your daytime, you might meet 50 people and you have 50 different versions of you floating around 50 people. Um, so this fear that we have is not really protecting us. It's just our thought that like to pretend that there's something wrong at this very moment. It just takes away your joy. It just stops you to live, like I said, to live fully, to have a full life. So that's why people say feel the fear and do it anyway. And by doing it, you'll find out that, oh, I didn't have anything. It went better than I thought it would be. I had nothing to, no, there was, I didn't die from it. Actually, I learned or had fun or whatever. Because fear, like anxiety, is totally unnecessary, especially in this day and age. So that's all I have to tell you today, and I'll probably see you next week. Cheers.